Damn good morning, crypto fam. Welcome back to the Crypto Dam, where we break down everything moving the markets today. We've got some serious institutional developments happening right now, including a major partnership between Standard Chartered and Coinbase that's reshaping crypto infrastructure. Plus, we're diving into Bitcoin cycle theory, macro risks from Japan, and why XRP bulls are taking over social media. Stick around. I've analyzed 3 coins that could benefit from these developments. Before we jump into the main stories, here's a quick hint for you. One of the coins I'm watching closely is directly tied to the institutional infrastructure news we'll be covering. Another plays into the layer 2 narrative that's heating up. Keep watching to find out which ones made my list. Let's get into the news. Standard Chartered and Coinbase are expanding their partnership to build out institutional crypto infrastructure. This isn't just another corporate handshake. They're developing trading, custody, and financing services specifically aimed at institutional clients. This matters because when traditional banks like Standard Chartered go all in on crypto infrastructure, it signals that institutions are preparing for serious capital deployment. Remember this, it's crucial for the analysis coming later. XRP bulls are gaining serious ground over bears on social media, and the data backs it up. Spot XRP exchange-traded funds just recorded over $20 million in inflows on Friday. That marks 19 consecutive days of net inflows. The sentiment shift is real, and when you see this kind of sustained institutional interest through ETFs, it typically precedes significant price action. Now let's talk about Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. According to analysis from 10x Research, the cycle is still intact, but here's the twist. It's no longer driven primarily by the halving. Instead, politics, liquidity conditions, and election cycles are now the main drivers. Marcus Thielen points out that we need to stop thinking about Bitcoin cycles purely through the lens of supply shocks and start considering macro-political factors. This connects to one of my coin picks. Speaking of macro factors, we've got a potential storm brewing from Japan. Macro analysts are warning that Bitcoin could dump below $70,000 thanks to hawkish moves from the Bank of Japan. They're expected to increase benchmark interest rates on Friday, and historically, that's been a bearish signal for risk assets like Bitcoin. When the yen carry trade unwinds, crypto feels it fast. Michael Saylor is making waves again with his latest proposal. He wants nations to build Bitcoin banks. His vision includes Bitcoin-backed digital banks that could provide new financial infrastructure at the sovereign level. Whether you agree with Saylor or not, his ideas tend to move markets and influence institutional thinking. The conversation around Bitcoin as national infrastructure is heating up. Over in Hong Kong, Hashkey is planning to become the region's first crypto IPO. This is huge for Asian markets. Their IPO bid puts Hong Kong's virtual asset regime on full display, testing whether compliance-first crypto platforms can actually win over traditional investors. If this succeeds, expect more Asian crypto companies to follow the same path. Here's an interesting data point on market sentiment. 21 Capital's NYSE listing showed a first-day slide that highlights investor caution toward Bitcoin-backed stocks. The market is now pricing these firms very tightly, with investors refusing to pay much beyond the underlying Bitcoin value. This tells us that while institutions want Bitcoin exposure, they're being extremely careful about premiums. Finally, stablecoin usage in Venezuela continues to expand amid ongoing economic instability. According to TRM Labs, the crypto ecosystem there is a direct product of economic collapse and international sanctions. This isn't just a Venezuela story. It's a blueprint for how crypto adoption accelerates in countries facing currency crises. All right, coming up next, my 3 coin analysis based on everything we just covered. Based on today's news and market data, here are 3 coins I'm watching closely. First, Near Protocol. I'm analyzing this one because of the institutional infrastructure expansion we discussed with Standard Chartered and Coinbase. The data shows Near is positioned as a potential beneficiary when traditional finance builds out crypto infrastructure. It's currently trading at $1.62 with a market cap rank of 50. The 24-hour volume sits at $2.4 million. From my perspective, when major banks start building custody and trading services, protocols that offer developer-friendly infrastructure tend to see increased institutional interest. NEAR's focus on usability and scalability aligns with what institutions need. This is what I'm watching, not a recommendation, just my personal analysis of how these institutional moves could create opportunities. Second, Arbitrum. Based on the data, this layer 2 solution could benefit from the growing institutional interest in crypto infrastructure. Arbitrum is trading at 20 cents with steady volume of $2 million over 24 hours. My personal take is that as institutions demand better scaling solutions and lower transaction costs, layer 2 networks become critical infrastructure. The Standard Chartered and Coinbase partnership specifically mentions trading services, and efficient layer 2s are essential for institutional-grade trading operations. I find this interesting because the timing aligns with major financial players committing resources to crypto infrastructure. Third, Moricoin. I'm observing this one as a potential alternative investment, given the macro uncertainty we discussed around Japan's interest rate moves and Bitcoin price pressure. It's trading at 1.4 cents with notable volume of $6.6 million. The data suggests that when Bitcoin faces macro headwinds, alternative coins with strong community interest sometimes see capital rotation. This is a smaller cap play, so the risk is higher, but the volume relative to market cap is worth monitoring. From my perspective, this fits the profile of coins that can move independently when Bitcoin consolidates or faces pressure. To wrap this up, we've got institutional infrastructure expanding, macro risks from Japan creating uncertainty, and XRP showing sustained ETF inflows. The 3 coins I'm watching, Near, Arbitrum, and Morai, each connect to different aspects of today's news flow. This is my personal analysis based on data. Always do your own research. If you found this valuable, smash that like button, subscribe to the Crypto Dam, and drop a comment with your thoughts on these picks. I'll see you in the next one.